Hey everybody, I'm taking the time out really quickly to just kind of highlight something that I've been reading. I know during some of my video clips I show that I've been reading the same book, and honestly it is a press to actually take those moments in time, so when I do get a chance to do that, I take a snippet to just remind myself and reflect like, hey, I was able to do these things, and just to also encourage myself and maybe encourage another person that, even though you're a mom and have all the things and going on, that you can still take time to do X, Y, and Z. And for me, that's either reading, writing, stretching, whatever, really speaks to me in that moment. But I wanted to take a time out to talk about this specific book because I have finished it finally, yay. And it's called Once More We Saw Stars, written by Jayson Green. Now, this book was gifted to me by a friend, Kathy. She gifted it to me during Christmas time. Mind you, I had just given birth to my daughter in November. And upon getting this book, I was excited because, yay, bookworm. However, when I first started reading through it, the initial pages that I met with is the death and tragedy of this man's daughter. And it was very off-putting reading it right away, just because I had just given birth and I was barely out of the trenches, kind of just walking into it, and I just didn't want to read a book about a child passing. But I'm so grateful that I was able to stick to it and finish reading the book, and because I gained so much from it. It's his written memoir, Jayson Green's written memoir, about the loss and tragedy of his daughter, and his process with his wife and community and loved ones as they try to heal, as they walk through the process of grieving, as they learn and push through the process of loss and faith and all the things. And he turned such a tragic story into a testimony that really ministered to me as a mom, as a parent, and honestly, I'm sure it will minister to anybody who is, overseeing the future of, their kids. I think he did such a beautiful job writing out and maybe even just executing the essence and the childlike wonder and love that comes from such tiny kids. His daughter was 2 years old, and her personality just seemed so sweet and lovely and reminded me so much of my own daughter. I mean, I remember reading some of the book and gripping it and crying and laughing and smiling because honestly, again, it just made me think of my own child, and it did humble me and make me to be more accountable and take pause with my approach with my daughter and my girls altogether, just because as a parent, the things that you maybe can take for granted, the things that you can maybe, come down hard on yourself for not doing, or, I missed the beat, I missed the moment with that. And, it really makes you to humble yourself and come down and become more grounded and just take your time with your approach and, just dealing with your children as you're raising them. It's a process. No parent is perfect. No parent is, has all the answers. So this book really was a joy to read when I actually got over myself and was able to slice through the pages to really learn what needed to be learned through this man's story. So if you're interested and have a free moment and are able to, I would recommend reading the book and checking it out.